This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police and body cams. Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope. Now we have Muhammad here on the podcast. Hello, Muhammad. How are you today?
Doing well.
Doing well. Muhammad had a full day. I've had a full day. The whole entire family had a full day. We had a long, beautiful, eventful day. Now we're here at the government mansion, and we're not asking the governor to look into Mustafa's case. We're demanding that the governor is looking into the Mustafa's case. Mustafa al-Jazari has been held at a county jail for over 2 years in solitary confinement. We have a video where correctional officer carry Mustafa from one cell into another cell, unconscious, half naked, handcuffed, and they're still hitting him on the head, kicking him. They're carrying him unconscious from one cell into another cell. So Mustafa's been held in solitary confinement for over 2 years. No preliminary hearing. Commonwealth Amy Ashworth suspended the preliminary hearing. Does not have trial for over 2 years. Now, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is terrified of Mustafa's evidence. She's avoiding to look into the Google Nest, the audio that's on the dash camera, the dash camera itself. She's terrified that the community is watching this dash camera. Mustafa, police reports have been falsified. Every police report in the Mustafa al-Jazari case is falsified. Now we're here at the government mansion. We're holding a podcast, and we're not asking the governor to look into the Mustafa al-Jazari case. We're demanding that the governor look into this case. We have the police reports. We have the body cams. We're not asking him to send his individuals to investigate this county. We'll provide the governor, Governor Youngkin, with the police reports. And Governor, you can have your staff look at it yourself. Look at the police reports. Look at the body cam. And you tell me they haven't falsified every police report in the Mustafa al-Jazari case.
I mean, they falsified every body cam in this case. Every body cam you look at does not match the written report. Does not match the written narrative that the police put out. Now, as a prosecutor, the prosecutor tells you that they have so many cases that they can't possibly look at every body cam in every case.
That's what they say. They bring in charges. They bring up charges based on police reports. They don't look at body cams. Now, if every police report is falsified, are you telling me that you've held Mustafa for 2 years over falsified? You're bringing charges on falsified police reports.
Well, the problem here is we went to the police department. When was it?
About a year ago. About a year ago, we went to... No, over a year ago.
Over a year ago. We went in September. We went in September of 2023. We notified Internal Affairs of a complaint that Robert Drum had falsified Mustafa's statements.
Specifically, this investigator, Robert Drum, said in a phone call conversation with Mustafa, he said Mustafa told him that he was arguing with his girlfriend, that he was angry at his girlfriend inside the vehicle. Now, Muhammad, you recorded that phone call conversation.
I did. And on that phone call, Mustafa never said those things. So when we saw that in the police report, I mean, we were shocked, you know. We're saying, how can an investigator change someone's statements like that? And the warrant was issued based on Robert Drum's lies. I mean, you issue out a warrant. This officer, this investigator, Robert Drum, he signed a sworn affidavit, okay, to take someone's freedom and to have that person sit in jail for the amount of time that Mustafa has sat in jail. When you notify the police department, you expect them to do something about it. You expect them to correct the wrong. We gave them the report. We supplied them with the audio. Okay?
I remember First Sergeant Sean Shelton with Internal Affairs. Me and you went in, supplied him with the recording, and the whole conversation is recorded, by the way. The 90-minute conversation with Sean Shelton with Internal Affairs.
And he agreed. I mean, we sat there and listened to the call. We looked at the report, and we highlighted the same exact items on the report. Our highlights matched his highlight. And we said, these do not match. Now, Sean Shelton's response was, we have to find out why this happened. Okay, why did this happen? If the police department is claiming that Robert Drum recorded this call on his body cam, how could you make such mistakes?
Now, I remember Sean Shelton called you, and we recorded that phone call, and he specifically said, what did he say on that phone call?
Well, there was a couple phone calls, okay? But I think the more important one is that he said he called the Commonwealth attorney, notified her that they were beginning an investigation into the primary investigator on the case. And she told him, that's what he told us. He said that Amy Ashworth told him that she was aware of the mistakes and that, I don't know, did he say he was going to remedy the situation?
He said he was going to remedy the situation. The chief of police was going to remedy the situation. And he said that he notified Amy Ashworth of the falsified statements on that police report. And then she was aware of the that her officer falsified the police report. As a matter of fact, she went on NBC4 and she said she's aware, and supposedly that she said that she fixed it. Now, what's disturbing is she never fixed it.
Now, they won't tell you what they fixed.
At the time, they never tell. They
don't
tell
today.
You.
They won't tell you.
They don't tell you. Yeah.
They don't tell you what the remedy that they took was, how they remedied the situation. They don't tell you what processes or what steps they took to correct this mistake.
No, that's fine. That's an internal affair. That's an internal affairs and how they conduct business. They have their own system. But when you open the discovery, the disturbing part about this whole process is they said they fixed it. They said that they put in a supplement report to correct the police report. Now, I have the discovery, and the supplement report, you find out, is falsified. So you want to tell me the investigator falsified the police report. Now you want to tell me the internal affairs and the chief of police, who's supposed to hold this investigator accountable, are now putting in a supplement report that's falsified? I mean, how deep is this corruption? How far are they going to go to protect this investigator?
They basically took our recording.
It's an audio recording. It's an audio recording. It's in black and white. When you listen to it, it's a clear audio recording.
But in their supplement, they say that it's unclear what Mustapha said.
That's crazy.
You can't hear what he said.
That is disturbing. The audio is posted on the internet, and it's crisp, clear. Exactly. It's clear. You can hear every word. And for them to say that, on a supplement report, we couldn't hear the audio. That's disturbing.
We reached out to some community leaders in Prince William County, and what they tell us is that Amy Ashworth, when they inquire about this falsification, when they inquire about what steps Amy Ashworth took to correct this mistake, she's telling them that she reprimanded Robert Drum. Okay?
And she fixed it. She tells them she fixed it, and she reprimanded Robert Drum.
They use the word reprimand. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, we're looking at the discovery. We're looking at their internal memos, their internal files. I don't see a reprimand. Matter of fact, Robert Drum is still out there, for all we know, falsifying more reports.
I mean, you honestly think that this investigator just came out and decided to falsify a police report? I mean, this investigator has been doing it for a while to feel comfortable to falsify a police report. I mean, this investigator didn't even record it on his body cam. The conversation that he had with Mustapha, when we opened the discovery, there's no body cam of his conversation. So you're telling me that if you never recorded Mustapha's conversation with this investigator could have gotten away with falsifying Mustapha's statement? I mean, the foundation of this case is they're saying that Mustapha is arguing with his girlfriend inside the vehicle, that he was angry at his girlfriend inside the vehicle, and then when you look at the foundation of it, it's falsified. There's an audio of the conversation. The dash camera shows there's no argument. The dash camera shows it's a vehicle accident.
I mean,
but they're hiding that dash camera. They're terrified.
Let's look at, when Blake Weiner was on NBC4, he said that the prosecutor has no basis for these charges. There's no basis for these charges. Okay.
He said the foundation of this case has been falsified. You're building a whole case on falsified police reports.
On falsified information. Now, you look at the actual warrant that allowed them to take Mustapha into custody. In that warrant, you see that Robert Drum states that Mustapha has a history of domestic abuse towards Dorothy.
That is absolutely not true.
I mean, I don't even want to say there are no cases. There are no allegations of abuse. There's no domestic issues with Mustapha. He just met the girl.
Mustapha met Dorothy 3 months. It's the whole entire relationship is literally 3 months long. So what are they talking about? Domestic violence with Dorothy?
They just made it up. And by the way, this is a sworn affidavit. I mean, when you obtain a warrant, you're swearing to that affidavit. And Robert Drum put in that Mustapha has a history of domestic violence with Dorothy, and that's a complete lie. Mustapha has a history of domestic violence with the children. That's a complete lie. There are no reports.
As a matter of fact, there's a Google Nest system videos in the house, and it shows days on days. It shows it's a beautiful relationship. Mustapha loved his girlfriend loved him, the kids love Mustapha. It's a beautiful relationship. But the Commonwealth Attorney is terrified to look at the Google Nest. As a matter of fact, Mohammed, you went into the Commonwealth Attorney office to provide her with the Google Nest videos, and what did she do to you?
She says, well, first of all, she won't come to the desk. Okay, the front secretary tells us she's not going to meet with you. You can email her and try to contact her that way. Eventually, they ended up kicking us out. On multiple occasions, we tried to approach Sarah Sammy in court, after court. She says, talk to your lawyer. I mean, which lawyer? Which lawyer?
We gave it to the lawyer. It's just that the videos are not making it to the records. They're not putting it on the docket. They're not putting the video evidence on the record. I mean, I've never seen a case where the prosecutor and the Commonwealth Attorney is literally terrified of Mustapha's evidence. I mean, you're telling me they're terrified of his own evidence? I mean, you know what I found really interesting? There is a case that Latoya Crabb was given bond recently. It's a case where the Commonwealth Attorney is going hard on this girl, alleging that she deleted the Ring camera inside the apartment. And she's so concerned. The Commonwealth, Amy Ashworth, is focused on the Ring camera. But in Mustapha's case, she's running away from Mustapha's Google Nest camera inside the apartment. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, are you telling me the Commonwealth Attorney is literally terrified from Mustapha's evidence? I mean, you've been lying about Mustapha for the past 2 years. You literally have evidence that shows this is a vehicle accident and Mustapha loves his family, but you're looking the other way, hoping that you can get away with it. I mean...
the second item on the warrant was Robert Drum, Investigator Drum, states in the warrant, this is a sworn affidavit, remember, he says that Mustapha never attempted to brake.
That is absolutely not true. The computer inside the vehicle showed that Mustapha's foot was on the brake the whole entire time. As a matter of fact, there's a dash camera. There's a body cam where the police mechanic is inspecting the vehicle, and he finds brake failure, and he finds that the drive shaft disconnected. There's transmission failure. There's major mechanical failure in the vehicle. So, but I'll tell you what's really disturbing is they seal off everything, documents, body cam, and they take in courts. They lie about Mustapha. The same investigators that's on the scene that says this is a vehicle accident. These are all of Mustapha's skid marks. In court, flat out lie about Mustapha.
You're talking about Chad Mason.
Talking about Chad Mason.
Investigator Chad Mason,
yep,
who took the stand on the motion to dismiss. And he said there were no skid marks from Mustapha's vehicle. We know that's a flat out lie.
I have a body cam where Chad Mason.
Not only the body cam, we have photos from Robert Drum's Nikon camera, yep, that he took on the scene. And you can see from where Mustapha's car was traveling, you can see the skid marks. You can see Investigator Mason, Investigator Drum, both of them admit, and this is their words, he says, all of these skid marks are his.
Yep.
referring to Mustafa's car.
That's literally on a body cam, on a police body cam. They sealed that body cam, hoping that the community was never going to see this. So when this investigator in court lie and say whatever he want, no one's going to catch him. No one's going to find out.
Now, also, if you look at the dash cam itself, you observe the dash cam. Before Mustafa gets to the light, he slams the brake. This is before he gets to the light. You can see Empress's seat shift forward. You can see everything in the car shifts forward. That's what happens when you slam on the brake. Everything in your vehicle shifts forward, and you can see that from the dash cam. So going back to the warrant, when I say it's a falsified warrant, it's a falsified warrant. This investigator falsified information on this warrant in order to arrest Mustafa.
This is the body cam for where this investigator, Chad Mason, says all these are Mustafa's skid marks. And that Mustafa, him and Robert Drum said, Mustafa cleared all the vehicle, made it all the way to the other side, and the SUV turned into him. Mustafa did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. My favorite part is when they put her out on the news. They said 5-year-old Empress it was not buckled, insinuating that Mustafa did not buckle Empress only to crash this vehicle on purpose. And then you find out that on body cam, Mason is saying 5-year-old Empress is buckled.
So driver's not buckled. Neither is mom's or shotgun. Also, but at least the kid was. Kid was buckled. I'm guessing she was half ejected. Because that whole side's free bar. She was buckled. Yeah. Looks like I'll be coming in tomorrow. So you see your marks now, Drum? The AOI is somewhere around here. That comes all the way back to about right here. He was in that y'all, he just continued spotting her around, almost in place. Because your marks end right around in here. So figure that away. So those are definitely theirs. AOI somewhere. It doesn't come off till here. So you think that's the free tire? I think so, because it comes here and broken it. What's causing the infinity mark right here by this AOI? Well, this is spinning, but it only spun once. Because that's all the drag marks from the front right. That's all fucked up right there. It's greasy. Yeah, so that's all him.
Did you have skids from him?
Pause it right there. So one of the officers asks Investigator Drum, he says, do you have any skids from him? And what does he say?
That's all him.
He said, that's all him.
But Chad Mason takes the stand in court, and what does he say?
No skid marks.
No skid marks. Mustafa did not do anything to avoid a vehicle accident. But here, they say that Mustafa did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident.
I mean, this is literally a crime happening in real time. An officer taking the stand and lying. Perjury. Okay? They're committing perjury in real time.
I mean, you know what's real disturbing is Judge Carol Weimer sealed off these body cams. Judge Carol Weimer is watching an officer lie about Mustafa for 2 years. An officer lie about Mustafa. A prosecutor lie about Mustafa. I mean, Judge Carol Weimer, at one point, Blake, Mustafa's lawyer, attorney at the time, said, Your Honor, I have hours and hours of video Google Nest video inside the apartment that shows Mustafa, that contradict the government narrative that Mustafa abused his family. It shows that it's a beautiful relationship. Judge Carol Weimer knows there's a Google Nest inside the apartment. Judge Carol Weimer has not been impartial. He sealed off these body cams from Mustafa, from the community, from the family.
I mean, this is the crazy part. You know, I understand sealing body cams from the community. I can understand that. Okay? But to seal it from the individual who's being charged, to hold him in solitary confinement, to hold him in jail, and then tell him you're not going to be able to see any material from your case.
I mean, that's a violation of his due process. I mean, you want to tell me you falsify his material, his police report, and then you prevent him from looking at... I mean, why are you preventing Mustafa from looking at the discovery? You know you falsified... You don't want him to find out that you falsified his police reports.
How can you properly defend yourself against an allegation if you can't even know what the allegation is? I mean, the prosecutor keeps changing up her narrative. One moment she says he got angry at the moment.
Well, she said he got angry at the moment, and then the dash camera came out, and she can no longer say that. All of a sudden, it's no longer manslaughter. What is it? It's murder, premeditated. And now the Google Nest is out.
And now they won't make statements.
Now they won't come out and publicly talk about it.
I mean, even the lawyer the other day when we were talking to Mark Williams.
Yep.
He's been the lawyer for 3 months now, and he says, I don't even know what the narrative is. I don't even know what the prosecutor's narrative. How can you not know the narrative after being in jail for 2 years, and the lawyer does not know what the prosecutor's accusations are? If the lawyer doesn't know what the accusations are, if the defendant is not allowed to look at the evidence, he's not allowed to know what he's being accused of, how can you form a proper defense?
Well, I'll tell you, they're in hot waters because they falsified every police report, where now they don't even have a narrative. I mean, what is their narrative? You're charging Mustafa with murder? When it's on dash camera, it's a vehicle accident. When your mechanic is saying there's brake failure. When the Google Nest inside the apartment shows that Mustafa loves his family. What are you charging Mustafa with? This is a vehicle accident. But because Mustafa was suing you, it can be a vehicle accident.
And the reason why they did not want him to get bond, I mean, they're so pressed on Mustafa staying in jail. They are so pressed.
They're terrified. They're terrified that he's going to come out.
They're willing to do whatever it takes.
They're terrified that he's going to come
Mustafa
out
behind bars.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because if Mustafa comes out, he's going to have a right to ask for these body cams. He's going to have a right to ask for this discovery, to cross-examine witnesses. And they know that sitting in jail, he's not going to have access. He's not going to have access to a computer to look at these videos.
I mean, they're terrified that his voice is going to come out. He's going to come out, and he's going to tell his story. He's going to talk about what they've done to him for 2 years. That they falsified his police report. They beat him. They sexually assaulted him inside the jail. They denied him medical. They're terrified of his voice. I mean, why do you think they're not giving him bond? And now, I mean, what are they doing right now? I mean, all day we were in court, all the way in Warren County. And the county is coming hard, attempting to silence. They're not even talking about Mustafa anymore. They're talking about silencing the brother of Mustafa.
Who's exposing the lies of the police.
Who's literally telling you, you falsified the police reports. I have evidence that you falsified the police report. I have body cams. I have discovery. You falsified every police report. Now, what is the county doing? We were all the way in Warren County. They used our own lawyer that was filing a civil lawsuit for Mustafa, terrified her so much that she's no longer working for Mustafa. She's going against the brother.
And she's working for the county.
And she's working for the county. Obviously, they bought her off.
She's doing the bidding for Prince William County.
They bought her off.
Today you had court in Warren County. I mean, what's the whole purpose of the Warren County case today? It's to silence the brother of Mustafa, who's exposing the police as liars, who's exposing this prosecutor as a murderer who murders inmates. Commonwealth Attorney Amy Ashworth has 2 job roles in Prince William County. She's the Commonwealth attorney, and she's a jail board member. I mean, that's a direct conflict of interest.
It's a conflict of interest. How
These
could
two
you?
job titles are a direct conflict of interest.
You want to tell me you're prosecuting inmates, but you're also protecting the same inmates that you're prosecuting? If I didn't know any better, it's a conflict of interest because it's in your best interest for these inmates to be so badly abused. So when you give them a plea deal, they're begging you, get me the hell out of here. And you've been doing it.
You know, and
We have evidence that Commonwealth Amy Ashworth has been doing it. In the Mustapha al-Jazari case, we have a video where he's getting carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, half naked. Rodney Ward, Juan Campos, and the list goes on. Mohammed Ikram Sherdil. I've got files on Commonwealth Amy Ashworth where she's co-signing on abuse.
And the proof is there to show that this is a direct conflict of interest because they've had board meetings. They have a board meeting at the jail, a public board meeting where the community can come in, voice their concerns. Okay, you get 3 minutes to talk. Every 2 months, they have these meetings. And the moment we complain to the jail board publicly, they sealed off the public meeting. There's no longer a public board meeting. Now it's a closed meeting.
Yep.
What's the point of having?
I mean, a year and a half ago, we went and we were protesting for Mustapha, and the first thing that came out of the sheriff is, you should come to the jail board meetings and voice out your concerns. I mean, Sheriff Glen Hill, isn't that what we've done? And the minute that we voiced out our concerns and those videos went viral, you shut down the jail boards. Are you terrified? Are you that terrified to address the issues inside your jail?
And not only that, but the conflict goes even further. If you protest outside of the Prince William County Courthouse and you say anything negative about jail board member Amy Ashworth, the sheriff himself will come out and arrest you.
Come on, Muhammad, you got to be kidding me. There's no way they'll arrest you for exercising your First Amendment on public property.
And if you
I'll tell you, if I didn't have a video of me getting arrested for saying Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, I held a sign. All I did, I was on public, it's on video. I'm on public property holding a sign that says, Amy Ashworth, you're a jail board member. On your watch, inmates are dying.
And you're recording a video.
And I'm literally holding my cell phone, I'm recording a video. Sheriff comes in, Amy Ashworth looks out her window, waves at me. Waves at me. 5 minutes later, Sheriff Glenn comes out and puts me in handcuffs. What are you doing, Sheriff?
Not only that, but if you file a injunction for relief for Mustapha, if you try to help Mustapha, if you advocate for Mustapha in any way, you're going to be on their radar. They're going to trespass you.
You too? No way.
I got trespassed.
No way. You got trespassed too.
I'm in the.
You literally got trespassed. He's in the club.
I've joined the club. Okay.
I'm trespassed. You're trespassed. My mother is trespassed. My sister is trespassed. I mean,
if I didn't know any better, you would think. I mean, this looks like a targeted effort.
I mean,
to trespass any individual that is advocating for Mustapha, that is shedding light on these murders that are taking place inside of this jail.
How about this? Let's put it to the test. Let's actually put it to the test.
I got
Prince William County.
I got information the other day. Okay, that from 2018, 17 individuals have died at this jail. From 2018. 17 individuals died at the hands of correctional officers.
Sheriff Glen Hill calls Prince William County Adult Detention Center a hotel. He compares it to a hotel. There's a video.
World-class hotel.
It's a world-class hotel.
He said people will commit crimes just to come in here.
He says he's got 50 programs where when inmates come in, they're better off by the time they leave. And you're telling me there are 17 dead inmates.
Yeah, 17 bodies. That's a body every 6 months. Every 6 months, a dead body is carried out of that jail at the hands of correctional officers. Okay, we've seen what they do to people. We've seen it. You had so many interviews with people that were calling to complain to you. You were the source for taking complaints. You took that to the FBI. Okay?
Special Agent Lindsay Coulter got involved only to cover Mustapha's window.
Apparently,
Mustapha's window was covered after the FBI got involved because I told her that Mustapha was giving my number to the other inmates, and those inmates are calling me with abuse. Now, you don't have to All you had to do as a special agent is go into the CCTV video inside the jail and look at the video and see if these correctional officers were abusing inmates. Instead, Special Agent Lindsay Coulter with the FBI, she shows up and she covers my brother's window. My brother's window was covered for a whole entire year.
She rats out any person that came forward with a complaint. They rat them out to the
jail,
superintendent.
to the superintendent.
I mean, Mustafa got a visit from Colonel Peter Militas, the superintendent himself, and he's asking Mustafa, why is the FBI at my jail? What did the FBI tell Peter Militas? What did they tell him?
Well,
for
obviously,
Peter Militas to retaliate against Mustafa,
and they're covering up his window. Take care of the leak.
I mean,
take care of the leak inside your jail, Superintendent Militas.
You know what's crazy is even when they put the cover, Mustafa was still giving us complaints.
Yeah, out of the people, they put
Coulter,
a cover on Mustafa, and there's a people.
Lindsay Coulter says, how can he see that if his window's covered? He says he saw it from the side of the curtain. He can still see. The jail officers, within days, they started putting Band-Aids on the holes to seal up the peepholes. Okay, that's how close and corrupt these FBI.
I mean, you've got local FBI. I mean, let's talk about what's going on here. You've got a private jail within our community that makes a lot of money. A lot of money is coming to the county from that private jail. And now what you have is they're protecting that money. You've got local FBI agents. The minute you contact the DOJ, they'll contact the local FBI that's protecting the private jail.
And and I'll say this. For anyone that says, this is a civil lawsuit, go find a civil lawyer and sue the jail.
Well, we did.
No. Hold on. When you sue civilly, you're asking for money. Okay? What we're saying here is there is a criminal nature to these allegations for a jail officer to abuse their authority and beat up on someone who's incarcerated, who's helpless, sitting in a cell, awaiting trial, and for them to beat them and cause them harm. That's a criminal offense. Okay, there are federal laws against that. And the FBI's job is to uphold the law.
I mean,
their job is to come in, give this information to the federal prosecutors, and let them do their job.
I remember,
but here you have FBI agents who closed out the case and said, nothing to see here, federal prosecutors, nothing to see here. Mustafa's video sealed it.
Well, at the time they said there are no video of Mustafa. There is no CCTV video. Nothing happened to your brother. Your brother is good to go. And the minute that you began asking that special agent inside, we were called into the Manassas field office and sat down with Special Agent Lindsay Coulter, Samantha Adam, and Supervisor Special Huckle. Josh Huckle. And when he says nothing happened to your brother, there's no video, there's no CCTV video, when you began asking him, did you give Mustafa, did you x-ray the injured arm and leg? Did you give him a sexual test, that test, a rape kit? When Mustafa's telling you that I was sexually assaulted? The FBI...
They send in the same person that sexually assaulted him to take the report.
The FBI...
What's worse than
that? The FBI ended the meeting.
The FBI
and then ended the meeting and said, you'll never hear from us again. The meeting is over. And we find out they never x-rayed his arm. They never x-rayed his leg. They never gave him their rape kit. And they covered up for the jail.
Fast forward to today. We have the CCTV footage of Mustafa being carried by correctional officers, unconscious and naked, from one cell to the next.
Six correctional officers.
The jail's claim is that Mustafa flooded his cell and that they moved him, 3 correctional officers moved him from one cell to the next, and in the process, they claim that they all slipped and fell, okay? Now, what you see in that video, I mean, they don't say in that video that one of the correctional officers had his taser pulled out. They don't say that they beat up on him, but that's what you see in that video. Mustafa is carried naked, unconscious, out of that cell, and there's 6 guards around him. One of them had his taser pulled out when he's coming in. 5 correctional officers in that cell beating on Mustafa while one sits at the door watching, okay? And then when they take him out, he's unconscious. Now we're here in front of the governor, and we're telling him that these are crimes being committed in your state, you as the governor have the authority, okay, to demand that new FBI agents go into that jail and investigate. Not only investigate Mustapha, but investigate the 17 murders that took place. That's what we're asking for. We're asking for the rule of law to take place. We want law and order. I mean, Governor Youngkin, he's a Republican. He ran on law and order. And all we're asking is for you to do your job. Do what you promised the community you're going to do.
This is a picture a year ago. A year ago we came here and we asked Governor Youngkin to look into the falsified police reports, the abuse that Mustapha was beaten up, sexually assaulted inside the jail. And we camped out here. This is a picture. We camped right here. Same exact spot.
I think that was in November.
This was October.
October
12th. And what is it? 4 days, 5 days into it, we were camping here. Terrence Cole came out and he said, I've been watching your family camp out here for a couple of days. Your mom, please take care of your mom. Take her home. Take care of your mom. I'm going to personally look into your brother's case and make sure that they fix the falsified police reports.
He says this
and
is
address
America.
what they've done to your brother.
This is America. Mom, you have nothing to worry about. Okay?
Yep.
Law enforcement, they're going to do their job.
Yep.
And they're going to do it honorably. I want you to go home, relax, go inside your home where it's warm, because it was freezing at the time. Okay? He said, you remind me of my yaya. Okay? He says, I promise you, everything will be fine.
And I remember at the time, Internal Affairs was looking into Mustapha's falsified police report, and he said, trust the process, and I'm going to personally make sure that they do the right thing and fix it. Well, Terrence Cole, sir, I have the discovery, and they not only falsified the police report, sir, I'll give you the document. As a matter of fact, I have your email. I'll email you the document.
They beat him
I'll
three
email
more
you.
times.
I'll email you. They beat him 3 more times. I have the video of my brother's beating. I'll email you the falsified supplement report. The process that you said that you're going to ensure, that you're going to look into and make sure that Prince William County, make sure that they fix the falsified police reports. They never did, sir. As a matter of fact, they falsified the supplement report. And I'll email you the supplement report. I'll email you the video. And I'll even email you the podcast that we're talking about, what we're doing here.
You know, I want to add something regarding the dash cam and the bond hearing that took place on May 3rd and May 10th. The prosecutor says something about a lip reader, and she got a doctor, a psychiatrist, to certify that Dorothy at some point said, I want to get out of the car. That's what the lip reader says. They claim that Dorothy at some point said, I want to get out of the car. Okay? Now, when you look at the footage they're referring to, Mustapha is at a light. He's at a red light.
At a red light. He pulls up at a red light.
He's at a red light.
Yep. And he sat at that red light for a while.
Over 30 seconds. He's not the first car in traffic. I think there's 2 cars ahead of him. He's surrounded by cars. He's at a red light. Now, if you want to claim that Dorothy was in so much fear, so much danger, that she wanted to get out of the car and he wouldn't let her out, they're literally at a red light. They're at a red light, okay? If a mother, especially Dorothy, okay, she had a strong personality.
A very strong personality. You can see her from the Google Nest inside the apartment. Days on days of Google Nest material. That she has a very strong personality. As a matter of fact, she wears the pants in no relationship.
You know, to have 6 kids, I can tell you, having kids, you don't take BS from no one. Okay, I mean, I have one. Okay, and I'll tell you, as a parent, you don't take BS from no one. Okay, to have 6, okay, and to raise them and to be with them and tell them what to do, you don't take BS from no one.
The thing is,
if you felt your life was in danger, she could have easily opened the door, took Empress, and got out, caused the scene. But
she has money in her pocket.
She had
the police department,
$250 bills.
$250 bills. And what I find really interesting is 3 minutes before they pull into a red light, they were literally at 7-Eleven.
filling up gas.
Filling up
She
gas.
transferred money
Yep.
to his phone. He bought cigarettes. He washed his car. He washed Empress's hands. Okay, I mean, what is not normal about that?
You
To
know
wash
what's-
your car, to fill up gas, to buy a pack of cigarettes, to, I mean, and the prosecutor says this is premeditated.
How could it
why
be
would-
premeditated?
Why would you fill up gas? Why would you fill up gas? Why would you wash your car? Why would you care about a whole pack of cigarettes? Why would you even fill up that much?
I mean, he's at 7-Eleven. There's a CCTV video of him inside 7-Eleven where he's the CCTV from the 7-Eleven. When you zoom in, he's looking up a coupon to save $2 off his pack of cigarette.
You know, my point is with the lip reader.
With the lip reader, yeah.
This psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Okay, that wrote up the report. You know, I noticed what they're doing with that lip reader. What they're doing with Lucy Guaranero.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the lip reader real quick. Yeah.
You know what they're doing is they're taking Mustafa's dash cam into clips, and they're only sending that clip to the psychiatrist. Now, this psychiatrist is not looking at the full 30
So
minutes.
they don't want the expert to look at the whole dash camera. They want her to look as specific, and that's it. They don't want her to look at the whole thing.
That's it. They gave her that 10-second clip, and they said, "What is Dorothy saying here?" And then they falsified all the other information. They tell her that this is an abusive relationship, that Mustafa is abusing her kids. He's this, he's that, and the other. And I want you to analyze this 10 seconds. They don't give her they don't give that lip reader the full 30 minutes. No. They don't give Lucy Guaranero the entire dash cam. No. They give her the last 8 seconds that they've taken out of context, and they tell her, write up your report based on that based on the information that we gave you. This information that's taken out of context. Now, did they give Lucy Guaranero the home videos?
No.
They
It's
didn't.
not in her report.
But-
They refuse to look at the Google Nest video. They're terrified of the Google Nest video because they're going to contradict their whole entire theory.
Exactly.
That Mustafa is abusive. That is going to contradict everything.
They take clips, they take it out of context, and they want these experts to put their licenses on the line. I mean, and they're doing what they're told. Okay? If somebody gives you a 10-second clip and they tell you, what does this say? Here's the information that I want you to write. Here's the information I want you to base it on. Of course you're going to do what they want you to do. Okay? But when we look at Dr. Speckard, who actually looked at all the files in Mustafa's case, what did she say? She said Mustafa's reaction in that dash cam is consistent with someone trying to avoid a vehicle accident. It's a normal reaction. It's a reaction that any normal person would have when they're trying to avoid a car accident. Now, the data recorder, the dash cam, everything supports, even the scene of the accident, everything supports
That this is a vehicle
this
accident.
was a vehicle accident. And the fact that the prosecutors and investigator Drum refused to allow Mustafa's independent expert to examine the vehicle,
They're terrified.
I mean, it's
They're
not
terrified to look at the vehicle.
it's not only against the law, because that was a judge order that granted this individual to examine the car.
The
But
police mechanic.
what did they have to hide?
I mean,
You
you're
think about
telling me the prosecutor is terrified from the evidence? I mean, for a prosecutor that screams Mustafa is guilty, you're terrified from his evidence.
You know, I've never seen a criminal scream, check my phone, check the cameras, check the scene, check this, check that. I've never seen a criminal that says, check the timestamps.
You know,
Usually criminals like to hide things. Okay? In this case, Mustafa is literally saying, check my phone, check the camera, check the 7. I mean, we were at 7-Eleven after Mustafa was arrested. We were at 7-Eleven trying to obtain the CCTV footage. And what do we have? We have investigator Davis at the 7-Eleven.
I have his body cam.
He's on a body cam telling the 7-Eleven clerk not to give this family any footage.
Why? Why do you not want this family to have any footage?
What are you so
Is it
scared of?
possible that they're gonna tell the community that you're out falsifying his police reports? I mean, I have the body cams,
I mean, what
and
do
I
you-
have the discovery that they falsified every police report in Mustafa al-Jazari case.
What terrifies Investigator Davis and the prosecutor from us telling the community that Mustafa bought cigarettes, filled up gas, and washed his car 5 minutes prior to the
It
accident.
contradicts the narrative. The narrative doesn't make sense anymore. The prosecutor narrative no longer makes sense. When you look at this dash camera, why do you think they're sealing off the dash camera? I mean, this is a dash camera, and this dash camera, by the way, they're terrified that this community is watching this dash camera, and they're watching the details. Because once you watch the dash camera, the prosecutor narrative does not make sense.
I mean, Prosecutor Sarah Sammy wanted to get a judge, Judge Weimer, to rule on using only portions of the dash cam. Isn't that crazy?
Even the prosecutor wanted the jury not to see the dash
The
camera.
full dash cam. They wanted the jury to only see.
Talk about being terrified of Mustafa's evidence.
The prosecutor Sammy wanted the jury to only see the portions that they supplied to the psychiatrists.
That is crazy. You know,
experts.
Mohammed, really quick before we end this podcast, I wanted to address the lip reader. Now, Mustafa had bond back in May. Mustafa was granted bond by Judge Carol Weimer, a $5,000 bond, after Judge Carol Weimer watched the dash camera and listened to the audio of the falsified police reports, where this police report is falsified. Now, I remember at the time, by the way, I have the recording inside the proceeding, where prosecutor gets up and she says, Your Honor, the Commonwealth is not going to be happy with you. She's threatening the judge. And then she orders a 7-day stay, even though that's illegal for a prosecutor to hold you in jail when the judge grants you a bond. That's illegal, but she got away with it, and she thinks she got away with it. And then she comes back 7 days later, retries the bond when she's supposed to go through the appeal process, and that's illegal. Now, what she does when she comes back, she says two things. She says, Your Honor, Mustafa threatened a correctional officer a month ago. If this was so serious for you, ma'am, why didn't you talk about it in the first bond hearing? And now, what's disturbing is we have the CCTV video inside the jail. We have a witness statement that Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer. From April 5th. It's the other way around. They went in, beat Mustafa because he was a witness and an inmate that died inside the jail. Now, that's disturbing. Now, the other thing that Prosecutor Sarah Sammy tells the judge, Your Honor, I have, if I get a lip reader, Dorothy is going to say, Empress is in the vehicle. 5-year-old Empress is in the vehicle.
She's talking about the last seconds before the dash cam allegedly cuts off.
So what's disturbing about this is I have the audio recording. Julie Carey with NBC4 comes out and she says, the prosecutor says, I have a lip reader. She never said I have a lip reader. She said, if I have a lip reader. What's more disturbing, now I have a recording of that proceeding. Not just, I have a recording of the prosecutor saying, if I have a lip reader, if and I have are two different things. Now, what's disturbing in this case is 2 months later is when she actually got a lip reader. So you come to a conclusion. You're not a lip reader. You come to a conclusion. You lie in a bond hearing that you have a lip reader. You lie to the judge, and the judge co-signs on all of it because he's the one that sealed off all of it. He sealed out the discovery. He sealed out the body cam. He knows what's going on here.
And we'll add that the lip reader did not see the full dash camera. The lip reader that they brought only got a very, very narrow, specific clip from the prosecutor, taken out of context, along with other falsified information, like telling the lip reader that Mustafa was abusive, that there's history of domestic abuse, that Mustafa was abusing the children. You know, all these.
We all know that if you get 4 lip readers, all 4 lip readers are going to tell you 4 different things about the same video that they watch. Now, what's disturbing in this case is, would you be surprised to find out that this dash camera does, in fact, have audio? So why do you need a lip reader? I mean, Officer Zymus, we find, by the way, this is sealed material. You only find out if you have the discovery. That Officer Zymus says, the one that handles the dash camera,
Forensics.
with the digital forensic, Officer Zymus, says that this dash camera does have audio, and the audio is on the SD card. So why do you need a lip reader if you have the audio? You know, there seemed to be a theme here. The lip reader does not watch the dash camera. the full dash camera. Goes off, falsified police report. The psychologist that analyzes Mustafa does not see Mustafa, never actually sat down with Mustafa, is going off falsified police reports. I mean, there seems to be a theme here where everything is falsified. And they're just patching up a theory over falsified material.
Based on lies.
Based on lies.
I mean, Mustafa has only known Dorothy for maximum of 3 months. I want to say the maximum is 3 months. There is
3
no
months.
history. There is no, I mean, everybody knows the beginning of the relationship is the best part of the relationship. Okay? For investigator Drum to say that there are history of abuse, that's a lie. Okay?
There's
That's
100% a lie. And you don't have to take my word or Muhammad's word. There's a Google Nest video inside the apartment.
You can
3
run-
days.
You can run his criminal background, do a criminal background check. You can run the police report, incident reports, and you won't find not one single incident where Mustafa is in a domestic incident with Dorothy.
Muhammad, Judge
Not
Carol
one.
Weimer says that in court. Mustafa does not have a criminal
Or the kids.
history.
Not Dorothy or the kids. Okay? But investigator Drum falsified this affidavit. He falsified it, flat out.
And they're terrified now.
And
They're terrified.
what we're saying is there has to be repercussions, there has to be consequences for law enforcement to falsify information knowingly. We know that, I mean, it's not hard for Robert Drum to go into his system and pull up Mustafa's name. Okay? Officer
Casey Fines.
Casey Fine says Mustafa's a known drug user. This is drug related. It's not hard for investigator Drum, once again, to go into his system and pull up Mustafa's name and find out that Mustafa has never, ever been accused of drugs. Not once.
We have a body cam where Casey Fines,
Not once.
Mustafa is laying in a coma in front of his vehicle. At the scene, Officer Casey Fine goes up to Drum and says, knowing him, it's probably drug related. I ran into him and he wasn't driving and I think it's drugs. Where is the police report? I mean, I have the discovery.
Forget the police report.
Where is this incident?
Where is the incident?
I mean, you know,
number?
I'll tell you.
It doesn't exist.
The minute they don't like your attitude, you're on drugs. The minute they don't like your attitude, if you're assertive enough, I mean, what, Mustafa, his name is Mustafa,
Look.
and you're angry that this Mustafa believes that he has rights, and he's assertive over his rights, now wait a minute, he must be drunk.
Let me tell you something.
That's weird.
He says no. He's talking about this. He's talking about this incident where Mustafa was out of it. Okay, the prosecutor has included information from 2018 where Mustafa sued the police because they violated his Fourth Amendment and other rights. It was a malicious prosecution, and he was winning that civil case. Now, the prosecutor included that case from 2018. But you never included the incident from Casey Fines, what he's referring to. You never included information from the so-called alleged incident where you're claiming Mustafa is in a domestic issue with Dorothy. We don't see any of that. Where's all
So
that
Casey
information?
Fine shows up,
You're
Mustafa,
gonna go back to 2018 and you have no incident with Dorothy or the kids?
I'll tell you what's happening here. Mustafa is suing the police, and the minute that Mustafa gets in a vehicle accident, they turn a vehicle accident into a murder. I mean, why do you think Casey Fine shows up and he's painting Mustafa as a monster? He's sitting there painting Mustafa as a monster. Oh, knowing him is probably drug related. What do you mean? Oh, wait, you don't like him because he sued you, and this Mustafa is telling you, I have rights in this country. That now he's drunk, now you don't like him, now you target him. I mean, didn't he say that Officer Duplessis with patrol had been watching Mustafa? Knows Dorothy, knows the kids. What are you doing watching Mustafa? Oh, you're not happy about him suing you. That now you're going to take advantage.
Why were they
and
watching
why were they watching him? I mean, Mustafa, we know
on citizens.
we know that Mustafa had an over $500,000 lawsuit against the police that took from 2018 all the way to the day of the accident. And that puts him on your radar that you're going to falsify his police report. You're going to turn a vehicle accident into murder, falsify every police report in his case.
You know, at the end of the day, people from the government will tell you this is a case for the courts. This is you need to just follow the system, let the system play out, and if what you're saying is true, he'll be vindicated. However, we'll tell you that Mustapha is being violated. When jail officers physically beat a pretrial detainee, they've essentially violated his due process. Okay, and we're here to tell you at the governor's mansion, okay, outside the governor's mansion, we're here to tell you that 17 people did not get their day in court because correctional officers, one way or another, beat them to death. Okay, these people lost their lives at the hands of Prince William County Adult Detention Center. And the moment you talk about it, you're a bad person now. You get trespassed. They try to tarnish your image. They try to tarnish your reputation. We're here to tell the governor and the Virginia government that this jail is violating people. They are murdering people prior to their court dates. They're violating people's rights. Okay? We're not here for money. We're not here to sue civilly and get money. We're telling you that there is a criminal nature to these incidents and that you as governor need to uphold the law. You as governor promised this community that you were going to you ran on law and order. And we're asking for law and order. We're asking for the rule of law to be followed. I mean, I don't think that's much to ask for. We're not asking the governor to walk into Prince William County Jail and walk Mustapha out of that jail. We're not asking that. We're saying that the rule of law should be followed. And when correctional officers beat an inmate multiple times, that needs to be looked at. Okay? Charges need to be filed by the state, by the government. And I think that's all I have to say for today.
On that note, we're going to end this podcast with telling Governor Youngkin and Terrence Cole, the community elected you into the position that you're in. The community is watching what you do in the Mustapha Al-Jazari case. The community is watching body cams, police reports that are falsified in the Mustapha Al-Jazari case. And Governor, the community is watching what you do in the Mustapha Al-Jazari case. We're going to come here on a regular. We have a giant platform on YouTube. We're going to hold podcasts. We're going to email you this podcast with the police reports, with the body cams. And we're not asking. We're demanding that you look into these falsified police reports. We're demanding that you look into Prince William County.
It's your job.
It's your job. We're simply asking you to do your job, sir. The community is watching what you do in the Mustapha Al-Jazari case. Mohammed, anything that you want to say before we end?
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back again.
On that note, thank you for being here. This is not another boring podcast. Judge Carol Weimer, under the microscope, Mustapha, through the police body cams. Thank you for being here.